Hi ladies, hi gents. I want to share a video with you today, and it's a project that I've been working on for a couple of months. I haven't had too much crafty time recently, so I've just done little bits here and there, and this has been going, I think it's at least 2 months, it might even be longer, because it's just taken forever. I do a little bit, then I have to stop or whatever. Anyway, I think it's finally finished, so I'm going to record it. So, this is a fabric, it's actually a doily book I've made, because it's all made up of mostly doilies. So the base was actually 2 rectangle placemat size doilies that I just folded in half, and used some cotton binding in between it to hold them together, and I actually used Fabri-Tac, and that's how I put the base together, and then I went mad and embellished it. So so on the front, so you've got the base, the 2 placemat doilies, so on the front I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 doilies, sort of varying in sizes for the front cover, and it has taken me a long time to collect these doilies in the near enough right shades to do this. It's a lot of car boots and a lot of collecting for months and months, well, probably over a year to get enough together to get it right. So it's 4 doilies, and also on here on the front cover I've got about 3 layers of dangle lace, maybe 4 actually. 1, 2, 3, and then I think that's on the inside page, so about 3 layers of different dangle laces here to make it nice and full, because I wanted it really sort of full. Okay, on the front cover it's flowers and butterflies with pearls and bling. It's the only way I can describe it. So I've used a lot of little bits of appliques, leaves, little bits of lace cut up, lace flowers that I cut from, strips of lace. I cut the flowers out and made flowers. This is a lace. There's wedding little sort of that are used on like making the headbands for weddings, so some of those on there. There's some leaf trim. Some of them are from laces that I've cut off laces. I thought there was one in particular, but I can't see it right now. A lot of the bling is earrings. There's butterflies, so there's a layered butterfly here, which is 2 different appliques layered on top, and then a pearl and bling body. This is just a little flower I had in my stash, and then I've added a button. There's some more wedding flowers behind there. Another butterfly. This is 3 layered butterfly with the bling and pearl body. This piece here, actually I think it was Diana Spare Marbles 2012 who sent me this, so thank you sis. There's a wedding applique here with the pearl dangles, these, and I think that was from Maggie, who's Maggie White, so thank you Maggie. All these little flower appliques I made using laces. There's lots of stamen peeping out. There's a doily flower, and I've just put stamen in between, a vintage earring as the centre, and then this pearl trim around the outside of the flower. It goes all the way around, but you can just see it peeping through in there. These are stamen from my stash. This is a little heart with Diamante, and I think that was from Natasha. Hi Natasha. What else? There's some applique under here, and I think this was from Aarti. Hi Aarti. This heart and chain dangle here was an earring. I've just used a vintage lace as the outside binding, but you don't see it much because the doilies hang over it, but it is there to keep it in shape. So it's actually quite heavy, but that's the front cover. So it's all flowers and butterflies. Two of my favourite things with lots of bling. Okay, so if I open the first page, okay, if I do this side first, let me see, I might zoom in just a little bit so you can see. So again, this is made up of doilies. On this page there's, so there's 1, 2, 3 doilies on here. 4, there's another one folded in half here. You can just see this here. This trim here is the bottom of the doily, and that's where it's folded in half. And then there's this heart lace here at the bottom, and more dangles and more trims. And this pocket here, this lace here, this actually came from Natasha, so thank you Natasha. This lace here hanging on there, this dangle lace, that actually came from Maggie. And then these are tiny earrings that I have. So I've made this into a pocket. There is then the folded doily behind it, which makes a second pocket. So there's 2 pockets there. There's one and there's the second. I love the old vintage linen doilies with the lace around the outside, so I like to keep that on show. And then I just added some bridal appliques, and I think these ones were from Aarti also. So that's that page. And all the pages are pockets. Okay. So this is a doily folded in half here, and again I've got lots of more dangle lace layered up. And then this is a doily folded in half. This is a lace that I found on eBay, so I've made that into a tiny pocket here. This is the top half of this doily, which is folded in half to make a pocket. And where it's folded in half, it actually makes 2 pockets. So there's the first one and there's the second one. So there is actually 2 pockets there, which is really hard to show you, but there's one, and then behind it there's another one. Again, this is another doily up the top with the linen centre, and then I've just run some tiny lace around it. And then I've used more bridal appliques, some of which is from Aarti, thank you Aarti, and some is from my stash. I then had this little bow applique, which I think was from Natasha also. And then I made this tiny flower using some small doilies, and then an earring in the centre. And then there's a tiny lace running across the front of this pocket here. So that's that page. Okay. So this is, let me just straighten that, the centre page. So, and up the top here I layered some wide lace. So I've got 2 layers of it here, and then there's a second layer up here, and that runs across the whole thing because I had this really large doily with this beautiful, let me show you here, this really beautiful edging lace on it. So I used the large well, it's kind of, no, it's too big for a handkerchief, and I folded it in half so that it would fit on the page. So that makes two very big pockets. So here's one, and there's a second that side. So that makes two big pockets. Then in the centre I had this beautiful doily with the shaped scallops, and I folded that in half, and then that makes a smaller pocket here, a second smaller pocket. So there's 3 pockets in total on this page. And I've used some embroidery lace, some tiny dangle lace here, tiny bow lace, this applique piece here, which I've then added some earrings and bling pearls onto. In both corners I've put one of these appliques, sorry I'm off screen a bit, put one of these appliques, and then the earrings just on them like that, and I've mirrored that on the other corner as well. Again, I've got dangle lace at the bottom of this here. Okay, down in this corner, this is just a doily, and I had this beautiful brooch that I found at a car boot sale, so I just gathered it inside the brooch, and then I added a pearl and rhinestone centre into the middle of the brooch. Let's see if I can show you that. So I love how that turned out, it just looks really, really cute. And then over this side I had this applique, and then this butterfly, and the sun's on it so you might not see it properly. And just on the dangles I added pearls and bling, and I actually got this idea from Maggie, so thank you Maggie, because she did this on one of hers and I absolutely loved it. So I really wanted to try it, and that's how it turned out. I think that's a great idea, so beautiful, really, really beautiful. So that's the centre page. Gosh. And then this page, again there's more dangles. Okay, so on this page I've got, that's lace, a cat hair, 1, 2, there's 2 doilies on the background of this, and then I used this smaller doily here, which you can see is just folded in half, and I absolutely love the lace on it. It's just folded in half to make this little pocket here, which is really cute, and this is the back of it, and I just layered appliques going round the back. I made this flower from some lace trim that I cut up, put an earring in the centre. I've got this knitted flower with a tiny puffy flower in the centre. I'll show you that. So I've made a tiny puffy flower, put it in the centre and added a button, and underneath this I've got appliques, leaves, some wedding trim, and then there's some more leaves popping out and some more lace popping out all the way around. I've got some pearl and bling trim there, and I just love this pocket, it's one of my favourites. I can't remember, did I? Oh no, I left the lace underneath. So it's quite a bit of movement on that page, I quite like that. Okay, then the last page is this one. If I zoom back out. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3. There's more lace and more dangles. 1, 2, 3. I think there's 4 different doilies on this page. So this one here is a pocket, and then there's a smaller one folded up to make a pocket here. So there's 2 pockets there. So one there, one there. A small one and then the larger one. And then again here I've used lots of bridal appliques, and some of these are from Aarti's store, some are from my stash. This one's got the dangles on, which is beautiful, and this is another flower that I made using some silk fabric, and then I used a couple of tiny doilies in the centre, and then a bling earring for the centre of the flower. And I just love how that turned out. Again, I've used this beautiful lace that I found on eBay, and that runs across the 2 pages. This is applique, and I've left these loose so that there's movement. So I love that. And then at the bottom I have this dangle, which is actually from a necklace. So I just attached it to some lace at the bottom. There is another one, I forgot to show you a couple of pages back, where I've just added these 3 tiny pearl dangles to some lace at the bottom. So that's that page. And then, I just want to show you, if there was any imperfections on the doilies or that, I have left them, even if they show slightly. There's one here, and there's another one that shows, it's got a little bit of embroidery, and I leave them on so that, I can't remember which one it's on, it's got a little bit of embroidery, so I leave them on so that, you know, the imperfections make it show its age, I think. And then on the, oh, Brooklyn's just come in. Monique's got her. On the back page I have just layered up 1, 2, 3, 4 doilies on the back page, just with some more dangles. And that's Alfie saying hello to Brooklyn. So that's back page. So I really hope you like it. Took me forever, but it was worth it in the end. Okay, hopefully I will be back with another project very, very soon. And I'm off to have a cuddle with Brooklyn now. And I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.